So today I'm going to talk about an aspect of having boundaries. I talk about boundaries from time to time in my videos I make here on my account, here on TikTok, also YouTube. So I'm going to talk about not being over-invested in other people, right? And what do I mean by that, right? Am I saying that we cannot be supportive of other people? I'm definitely not saying that. We for sure can be supportive of trying to encourage and support people work towards perhaps developing themselves, improving, doing better, and so on. Maybe a problem they have or just something they're trying to move forward within their life. You get the idea. So the thing is, it's up to us. It's on us. We have to teach people what that looks like, right? What does it look like for me to be able to support you? Rules and limits, right? Also known as boundaries. So if you do not teach people what support, how that looks like for you, by default, they're deciding what support looks like, right, for them to get from you. And this can be, at your own demise, or you end up compromising your energy, your time, and your maybe even your values, perhaps, right? So someone who is not as invested, right, do not work any harder than anyone else is willing to work on something for themselves, right? Because that's, in a roundabout way, it's kind of like you're disrespecting yourself and your own energy and time. And it can feel disrespectful to yourself if you have healthy boundaries and you're someone who feels secure with healthy boundaries. When you're trying to help someone that it's obvious they're not making any real effort, they have a lot of excuses, they're dismissive, they almost want to put it on you to make something happen for them or change. So in this case, they're not invested, they're not really working hard at it, and then here you are on your end of the deal, as if somehow you think you're that powerful. You're going to force someone and compel them to place value on something, to make it important. Because if a person does not internalize something as being important, the chances they're going to prioritize actually working towards that, it's not very likely. So readiness to change is commensurate with the value you internalize something, being willing to do it. Whether it's someone who is maybe in recovery from drugs, alcohol, etc. What about someone who is trying to change habits, right? Lifestyle, and so on. Or maybe someone who has an issue of work, etc. Pick any domain of a person's life. So a lot of people have this way of assigning their problems and assigning the responsibility for how change happens to outside of themselves. The locus of control is always outside of me. It's external. It's not on me. So in a roundabout way, what I am doing, I'm taking people hostage. I take the world hostage and keep them captive by assigning them the responsibility for my life to change because I expect them to help it to happen. Never mind, at the same time, my behavior is proven that I'm not doing anything in terms of my behaviors that will be evidence that I am invested, right? That it is a priority. So if you find yourself in an out of balance situation where you are trying to support somebody, you may consider dialing it back. You need to pull it back a bit. Do not work any harder than anyone else is willing to work. You need to send a different message to them to where the responsibility lies. It needs to be within a balance. You get the idea. So you meet people where they're at, and then as they're ready to make changes, you go forward as a team, if you will, right? Think a team effort. So I'm a therapist. When I work with my clients, I always explain, it is a team effort. It is a relationship. And so as a therapist, I try to be a rational role model for what that can look like, right? In a helping relationship. Being willing to hold someone accountable. Do it in a respectful way, but to point things out. Call a spade a spade. When someone gives you an excuse, your reply may be, so what I'm hearing you say then, it's not a priority, it's not important. There you go. Try that instead. Because I can respect honesty. Yeah, I can respect honesty. I appreciate people that are honest. At least they're admitting that it's just they're not seeing the value in wanting to do something. Fair enough, no judgment. I can respect honesty. So maybe someone's not really ready to change. So last bit of this. If you find yourself trying to help someone where it is out of balance, you're the one who's over-invested, and that person, they're obviously not putting anything into it. And you're still doing it at this point. Are you really doing this for them or yourself, right? Maybe you feel you need this for you to feel important or to feel needed. So maybe that might be kind of going into areas of maybe codependency and other issues, perhaps, right? So I hope this challenges you to think, by all means, of course we can be supportive of people, but we need to define and show people what that looks like. What are our rules and limits? What's the threshold, etc.? What is their responsibility in it? So I have another video here on my account called there's a difference between being an advocate versus an enabler. So check that video out. I also have these videos on my YouTube channel, simply called My 2 Cents James Hunter. So if you like topics like this, I'd really appreciate it if you could go to my channel, subscribe, and appreciate the support. So everybody have a good week. It is, of course, Flex Friday, December gains, maintaining December gains, right? And Fit 50s. Take care.